Peace, everybody. This your brother, Mr. Holipsism, tuning in with you tonight, August 8th, 2018 at 8 p.m. There's a lot of eights in there. What's up with that? Right now, I'm waiting for some other New York members to call in, but on the meantime, I have my brother, Minister DeWood, on the phone, and I got Bella Thanos.
Yay! Peace, everybody.
Yes. So, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Let's start off with that.
Who first?
I'll let the queen go first.
Oh, thank you. Nothing special going on over here. I'm on vacation this week, visiting my sister in Atlanta, so I'm still here. I actually met up with Bomani again yesterday to set up my plan to visit Ghana. And I actually called one of the sisters from Pennsylvania, Edwoa, I think she's in the chat, but just to kind of finalize the details on our trip next May to do one of his tours. And Bomani is super cool. He's funny. And what else? Nothing much. We had such a good time at the Georgia meetup. We stayed there for a long time. When we took those pictures, we were the last few who was just sticking around. But there was quite a few people came from all over. Our brother Dundada came from Missouri. He came from Missouri, but drove to South Carolina. And then from South Carolina came to Atlanta. And it was exciting meeting him and hearing what he does and everything. So I was just like, oh my God. So we were really excited about this. Meeting up with Jonathan. That was good. Took a bunch of pictures, hung out at the restaurant. Dynas came, finally, he brought his boy. And it was nice. It was nice. Bomani and his son came and a bunch of other ladies who we were just speaking about in terms of what to do next. So it was really inspiring. So, everyone's excited about what's going to happen next and the direction the BAIO is going. So that's been my weeks thus far. So just enjoying it.
When are you planning on going to
back to Alaska? I am leaving Saturday evening and try to do the night flights to make it a little bit more palatable. Otherwise, I feel like I'm dying all day from flying. So yeah, it's like 10 hours. And there's no straight flight, so I have to do like a bunch of connectings in LA or Seattle.
Oh, that's exhausting.
Yeah, it's torturous. So, but I'm doing this for the fam, so I'm excited about it. Speaking of which, once we get BAIO members in the state of Washington, I can do that one pretty easily. Like it's nothing to go to Washington for the weekend.
Not DC, but the actual state of Washington.
Yeah, the actual state of Washington, like Seattle, like that. It's nothing to get there. Absolutely nothing. I could get there like within a few hours, and then meet up with the members once we get some people over there, or even Oregon too. I can get there pretty easily. But those are well way out there. But Washington shouldn't be too hard. They have a pretty strong Black community.
Yeah. I was telling people like it's nothing wrong. You can join multiple states. Like if it's more, because some states just don't have any people. Like in Tennessee.
Right.
Like,
Tennessee, we had one.
Yeah, one. That's I think it's Darian Nesbitt, and he was saying that
Earl. Don't Earl live in Memphis?
Is Earl in Memphis?
Yeah, Earl lives.
Didn't he move?
There's a sister in Tennessee because I spoke to her. She was on the first intro show.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Oh, you talking about what's her name there? Elaine, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was saying that, you can go to multiple states and you can actually, like me and Belle was talking before we went live. If you're in a local chapter, don't feel like, you just have to deal with your local chapter. I mean, the BAIO has a lot of different groups, a lot of different interests in terms of careers and trade skills and stuff like that, and also other countries. So if you're in, let's say, New York or Philly or Georgia, and you're interested in Nigeria, join the Nigerian chapter. You know.
Dinah didn't make us feel too good about that today, did he?
Oh my God, I saw some of the posts he did. I was like, oh man, he is dropping too much truth, man. Ouch.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's a reality. It needs to be told. So.
Yeah. And the funny part is that, there's still a debate about whether African Americans and African diasporans should be on the motherland. We still having a discussion about
Oh,
that.
good Lord. That's
You know,
jeez.
because what can we do for Africa? They getting along swell right now.
Oh yeah, talking with the infrastructure they got. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just across the board, man. I tell you, man, a lot of times I'm so happy. This is why I think the main function that people should draw from the BAIO, especially if you're a nationalist, and don't take this for granted and don't trivialize it. Just the mere fact that you are connecting with people that think like you, don't trivialize that. That's a big deal.
Word.
Because I tell you, a lot of times I feel alone, you know, and if I didn't have Minister or Kala and the brothers to just call and talk to, like I call it that, talk me down sessions.
Yep. Yep.
If I didn't have that, I wouldn't know what I would do, man. And so just the mere fact that, you know, Belle, you got to meet people and
Yeah.
connect with people. I mean, that's beautiful, man. Like everybody like talks about doing something. That's doing something.
Yeah.
Don't trivialize that. Connecting and networking and socializing and meeting your brothers and sisters and giving each other that fuel that you need. That's important. Because I wouldn't be able to do this shit if I didn't have people that I can bounce off of and just talk to when you get to that point where you feel frustrated.
Right.
And that happens all the time with me. It's really disheartening because it's like sometimes I just wonder, like, shit, is there anybody that loves their people? I mean, why is it that you got me and most of the people that's in the BIO is working class people? Either they're working class people or going to school, or some of them don't have any work, but they're interested in different things. But we're not at a level where we're any like power brokers. You know what I mean? On the big stage.
Right.
All of these power brokers don't nobody give a fuck about their people? Nobody?
Well, brother, as I've said on many occasions, like I come at it from a different point of view. I have said, and I really believe, from my perspective, that a lot of the opposition that we face to what we're doing comes from the fact that people are still holding on to old paradigms, and it's going to take a while, and we got to be very patient and have an open heart. It's going to take a while for people to understand what the real end game is.
I'm gonna need you for that, brother.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm gonna need you for that because I'm gonna just use our brother Tim as an example. I guarantee you, Tim has not read one sentence of the About Us section of BAIO.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guarantee you, he knows
without a doubt.
absolutely. I can understand if you're against me because you read it and you got what I'm saying and you don't agree with it. I can get that. I totally understand that. What I don't understand is when you don't even take the time to try to understand what I'm saying, but you against me.
But see, and I'm sorry, Bill. I know I'm hogging this, but
No, go ahead.
this is what I've been trying to tell you, brother, is that Tim comes from the Piscean age, the old age. His thing is, we're going to do things the way we've always done it, and eventually we're going to make a breakthrough. And our problem is not that it makes sense. Our problem is that we're just not working hard enough.
Right.
And so when we say what we say and how we say it, and what we say is the solution to Tim, that's too easy. Because for him, it's always been a situation where he romantically looks at him and marches and protests and all the other stuff, and then eventually winning some kind of victory, and there being some kind of like a dramatic shift. All of this shit is on the news and stuff like that, and he doesn't understand that when we propose nationhood, it's a totally radical, point to point way of cutting out all of that other stuff in the middle and just basically going from point A to point B. Even though it's not as easy as it sounds, it's not as hard as being here for 600 more years, being in the streets and doing that stuff. And for him, it's just too hard. I mean, excuse me, it's just too easy. You ever like somebody says to you, "Well, I got this plan for you to make a little bit more money. Oh, I got this plan for you to do this, that, and the next thing. And you say, nah, that's too good to be true. It must be a pyramid scheme. To him, nationhood is a pyramid scheme. It's something that we came up with in order to dodge our responsibility. And so because of that, like we're all sitting around and we're basically like a glorified tiered level, multi-level marketing situation, when in reality, what we're doing is a whole lot more nuanced than that. But nevertheless, it just cuts out all of the bullshit from that, from the middle that we have been taught that we're supposed to do. I think that if you use Tim Ford, to me, brother, nothing happens. Nothing happens in a vacuum. I think that if you use Tim Ford as a model for all of the other people that we're battling against, that's the creator showing you that this is what they're struggling with. What they're struggling with is established, I want to say hundreds of years of belief systems that have been built up on this is the way you're supposed to solve this problem. And when we come up with our solution, it just sounds too easy for these people. So they rebel against it and they say, nah, that's too easy. You got to do this and you got to do that. Meanwhile, what they don't understand is what you're saying is what's called. What you're saying is too hard because you're asking to get your ass beat for another couple of years. You're asking to get shot. You're asking all that other stuff. And what we're saying is that the way to avoid all of that is to basically invest everything you have in nationhood. Jump over all of the bullshit. Establish a continent elsewhere where you can't be harmed, where you can't be, you know what I'm saying, where you have the least amount of possibility for infiltration, and that way you have a fighting chance of building something. Then establish satellite communities where you have some kind of leverage where you could agitate for whatever rights and resources that you want to, buttressed by the fact that the state that you have built is going to give you an unfair competitive advantage based on the resources that it has. But for him, you have to admit something to yourself, and I'm not trying to insult the brother, but Tim is not that nuanced. Can we agree with that?
We agree 1,000%.
So, I mean, after meeting Tim, I get the feeling that he's exactly what you and Calla brought up before, the struggle fetish.
Right.
He's really about the struggle. Like, I think he genuinely enjoys it, to be honest. Like, it's I mean, because he didn't hesitate to say, like how he was one of the founders, how you guys started up meeting in McDonald's, how you started patrolling neighborhoods in Brooklyn, and how it, spiraled into this. And he was just like, he's cool with that, but, I just believe we need to do it right here first. And then he went on to say his program, which is, I believe, Africans Helping Africans.
Yeah, Africans it's a disclaimer. It's African helping Africans who don't want nothing to do with Africa. That's the name of the organization.
And he just saying basically what he's doing is hit the streets. He gives out school supplies and blankets, and I was like, well, how many people are doing this? He's like, it started off at 4, now it's just me. I'm like, well, okay, that's a real way of an individual solution for a systemic problem, but okay. So
African helping other Africans not embrace Africa. I think that's the name. I'm confused. It's one of the
rocking African-based jewelry. Like he had the continent of Africa, a gold chain of it. So I was like, man, I'm so confused. But the good thing was, everyone who met him, I mean, we were just not trying to hear it. They just gave him a blank stare, like, no, we came here because we want the continent. Bomani was real quick when he finished. Bomani's like, listen, I respect you and all, but we going to Africa. That's just it. This is what it's gonna be. So,
but yo, let me chime in on a couple of those points that you just saying. Now, first of all, since you from New York City,
yeah.
So you know full well that if we patrol the streets of Brooklyn, how soon everything will go back to normal when we stop. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Let's just say his idea of what the BAIO should really be doing. Let's just say we followed his idea and we got out there, we patrolled the streets, we gave out blankets and, all the other stuff that he's saying that we should do, school supplies, which I do myself in my city that I'm living in right now. Once you finish doing that, let's just say that your membership has a dip, which all memberships have a dip. They have a rise and they have a fall. When your membership has a dip and you can't patrol those areas, do you think that you've affected long-term change? Of course not, because it's going to go right back to what it was when you're not there anymore. And so what, to me, it's sort of like a psychological romanticism where you have this vision of yourself riding in on a freaking horse into the black community you're going to save it through this long, hard struggle of blood, sweat, and tears and be canonized as somebody great, when in reality, nobody's going to remember you because you really didn't do nothing.
Right.
You know, they say there's 8 million stories in New York City. And if you think about it, like, we're not going to have 8 million people in our organization in New York City. So the reality of it is that if that is your idea of solving that problem, and that's the idea that so many have had before us, you came to a meeting where we was talking about something radical and revolutionary on how to solve the problem. And you came with your bullshit from back in the day. And you were surprised, number one, that nobody bought into it, but number two, which really makes me laugh, you were surprised that people didn't take you as a credible source when you said it started out with 4 and now it's just me.
Yeah, no, it's. I didn't really get that, understand what he was doing. I mean, he was just on his own thing there, and we all saw it. We all saw it for what it was. It was just like whatever, and just moved on and started, talking about what we do and what we're looking for on the continent, and basically still be. He really didn't kill the vibe. It was just kind of like a blip in it. Like, okay, you're just talking noise. Because thankfully, like when they told you all up that we didn't record him anyway, so we did our intros and then he came right after that recording.
But I don't, you know what? I don't want to make this about him because
No.
it's not really that important. But I will say this, like, and this had nothing to do with him, but this is just a general consensus from me. This is why I say I need brothers like Minister DeWoo, because he's much more mature than I am.
Oh, come on.
You are, man. I really, and I'm not being sarcastic either. I really look up to you because you're able to be more level-headed than me. I'm quick, just like with these fucking bitches in this, like in the chat room right now.
Right.
Oh God.
You know, I have a real, like, if I really wish that I can meet these dudes for real.
Oh no, they'll never show.
That's the type of dude I am. I want to meet you. I want to see if you talking that bullshit face to face.
Well, I'm glad I
I
can't.
guarantee you not. I guarantee you not. And I guarantee you that I'll slap the shit out of you. I guarantee that, bitch. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not. I don't have the ability to just rise above the fray.
Well, listen, I lose my cool all the time. Trust me. Like I do a domestic violence class with nothing but parolees, and every once in a while, their propensity to try to get over gets to me. Every once in a while, but not all the time, because I usually show love. But every once in a while, they'll pull some kind of scheme, and I have to go off on the whole room, which is kind of, you know what I'm saying, which kind of makes me nervous because I ain't no ex-felon. But either way, you know what I was thinking about? What I was thinking about was, see, we were talking, you and Neo were talking about infrastructure, and I wanted to go over this for a second. Every president, when they come into office, they usually build consensus with the people by creating jobs through the strengthening of infrastructure. It just depends on what form of infrastructure that they focus on. So Barack Obama, Barack Obama chose to focus on green energy. So his initiatives, he felt that he was being progressive by putting money behind solar projects, by putting money behind, I want to say like wind projects, anything that saves or was energy efficient, because this is kind of what people were talking about for years, which is that when we went through our oil crisis back in 2004 and 2005, based on the Hurricane Katrina and stuff like that, we began to talk about, the country as a whole began to talk about how if we got off oil as a standard, we wouldn't be going through all of this. But that was lip service, because George Bush then took us to wars, you know what I'm saying, that made us more dependent on oil than ever. Barack Obama came in and he put money behind infrastructure incentives that dealt with green energy. Trump, on the other hand, has invested in other. But the main thing is that if you go all the way back to Adolf Hitler taking over Germany, Adolf Hitler even himself invested, and that's how he got the hearts of the people, by producing jobs, by investing in highway and road infrastructure. And I think that at some point during like the Civil War or whatever, I think Abraham Lincoln, if you really look it up, he had gained the hearts of the North by putting together incentives and bringing out jobs for railway infrastructure in the North. So it's always been something that people have used in order to get the hearts of the people because number one, it's easy to invest in because it's needed, and number two, everybody knows that. Well, I guess I'm going to say the same thing twice, but everybody knows that. Bottom line is, if you don't have infrastructure, you don't have a nation, you don't have a country. And so, for me, what has always excited me, other than the fact that I meet people I love and things like that, what has always excited me about the organization is putting together a conglomerate of wise black minds that can think in a way of coming up with futuristic, efficient infrastructure for a nation that is ran by us. Because in our minds, if we think about all of the TV shows, all of the movies that we've seen that deal with indigenous countries, whether it be Africa, whether it be South America or whatever, infrastructure, they go out of their way to show poor infrastructure because even then they're showing you that infrastructure is important by showing you that if we're going to devalue a people, we're basically going to devalue you by saying that you have inferior or less than average infrastructure.
Right.
And so we come together not on religion, not on political ideology, not on any of that. We come together because we all want to see black people prosper by having a superior and above average infrastructure. And to me, that's the dopest shit out there.
Yeah. No, it's true. That's exactly true. I keep trying to tell people how important infrastructure is. One, because where I live in Alaska, we have like just the minimal basics of it. And when I have to travel to the villages, it's damn near no infrastructure. So
wow.
You get a different term of reality when you in a village of 100 people and they telling you, oh, your bathroom is a honey bucket, which is basically a chamber pot. And you're like, oh, hell no. Like they still have outhouses and this is America, So it's like, what the, but even the Alaska natives get it. Like like some villages will have more infrastructure than others. And when I speak to the ones that don't, because they have the grant money from the government to get it, they say, no, we don't want infrastructure here. Why? Because the United States controls it. The U.S. government controls it, and they get control of the village and neighborhood. It was like we were born and raised to live off the land, so we're going to continue doing that. And if they don't like it, well, then tough shit, because this is our land. So they're going through their own little movement here, but even they get it. Some villages still refuse to let the United States build their infrastructure, so they're just going to work with what they work with. And when we come out there to provide medical care, they're just appreciative of it. And by the way, they love, love, love Black people. They don't talk about us being part of their tribe, so I don't know where that came from. But it's more so just kind of like we have a similar struggle. So they know, they're like, okay, you guys been through some shit, we've been through some shit, and we have a common enemy kind of stuff. So that's what it is. That's what it is with them. And also, even with what's going on in South Africa, with the farmers going to get up against the Afrikaners and everything, I was looking at some of the videos of the Afrikaners and what they were saying, what was going on. They're saying like they're being attacked and farmland is taken and all this stuff. But it's interesting in the comments, of course, this is majority white people, Europeans, people from Western Europe, from Denmark and Netherlands and all that. In the comments, the main thing they were saying, it was like, if you guys leave, take the infrastructure with you, tear it down. So they even understand how important it is. So I'm like, Black people, we got to wake up. Like, this is what it is. Don't take this for granted. Like, you've had this all this time in the U.S. and it's great, but you need to understand how much power it is to have infrastructure.
Right.
So
right.
I'm like, everyone else sees it.
And what's crazy, sis, is that, whenever you do a show, whenever we do a show, whatever, you always got people in the chat room acting like we're talking about something that's fool's gold. Like you guys keep saying infrastructure, like it's the magic wand. It is the magic wand.
It is. Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Well, listen, y'all, I'm going to mute myself and get on with my workout, so I'm going to let y'all talk.
All right, brother.
I'm staying on, though, so I'll chime in if something, said or whatever.
Hopefully man, I am surprised we're not getting more people calling. I sent out a bunch of emails.
That's New Yorkers for you. Well, I say, like, I forgot something came up. There's always something. But you just got to get there, yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we was talking about before we came online, like what people should do.
Right.
And one of the things that I was saying is that there's really no restrictions in terms of your movement within the BAIO. If you're in a lake, if I would suggest people join their local chapter, so that at least if somebody else comes into the group later on and they see you're in a state and you're there by yourself, then they'll say, "Hey, there's somebody there." You know, if the place, the BAIO is growing. Every state doesn't have a lot of people in it, or some people, states have no people in it.
Right.
But that's going to change over time. So if you live in a certain state, that's the state that you should be your local chapter. But you can join any state you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
And
I could join Washington State just to make sure that I link up with people
right,
once they get in that state. And even like if I can actually go out to LA too, but that takes a little bit more planning. I need longer weekends there to link up. But
right,
there's some states that are really big, like like New York, upstate New York, and then you got the city and everything. I was thinking of especially like Texas and California, because Texas is really big, and Houston is probably, I want to say Houston is 3 hours from Austin, and Austin is 2 hours from Dallas. So kind of even if they divided it up, like, northern Texas meet with, those within that vicinity, and then the southern part of Texas meet with those, and then kind of link up together somewhere in the middle. And if
right,
if it makes it easier, like they don't all have to meet up at once if it's too much of a distance, like, Northern California and Southern California, like meet with those closest to you first, and then schedule something down the road to meet with, you get all of them together. That might be
right.
a little bit easier for them, but
Yeah,
so even if they did
definitely.
that, just do something. But the meetups are fun. Definitely get into it.
Yeah, and that should be on a regular. Like if you have people that can meet up regularly, that's what they should do. I mean, and it doesn't require you doing any nationhood um, mission work. You know what I mean? Get together and just be around each other. Go out. Like in New York, the brothers that I have from the BIO here, we go out to the movies and stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up.
We go out to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? We just, you know, socialize with each other, basically.
Right, and that's it, and that's fun. I mean, especially if you're in that lower, in
Mhm.
the main New York City region. Hell, even meet up like New Jersey, since it's right there. If New Jersey want to jump in, I know
Mhm.
some of our family in the PA chapter is gonna meet up with some with Delaware too, since Delaware is not, it's a very small state. Only one or two people there, and then link up with that since it's so close. That can work too.
Right.
You can it can work.
Now that's just in terms of, the local chapters and meetups and stuff like that. But once you start, if once you get to that level and you want to take it to the next level in terms of what you want to do, the first thing that I would suggest is whatever your skill and your profession is, you find a group within the BAIO and join that group. So that's the next step. Once you get familiar with the people in your local chapter, then the next thing becomes, well, what do you want to do, or what do you do? Because I've looked at, I don't know if you've seen the chat room for the past couple of shows, but there's been a lot of connections happening. Like
Oh,
I saw one person in there say that they were into I think they were an electrician or something, or some type of electronics or whatever.
oh, you know
And
what?
then,
I did see that. Yeah.
yeah, and then another brother said, "Oh, I do the same thing." You know what I'm saying? So that's the next thing that needs to happen.
Yeah, connect.
Get
Yeah.
into the groups and join the groups that deal with your profession and meet other professionals in your industry. Now, there are also some people that are interested about the continent. Some people want to move to a certain country. We have of those chapters in the BAIO. So if you're interested in moving to Ghana, join the Ghana chapter. It doesn't make a difference what local chapter you're in. Join Ghana. That way you'll get to meet people in Ghana and connect with them, and they can give you more information in terms of helping you with your move.
Hmm.
Um, there are some people that's interested in being diplomats, like they want to be involved in the land acquisition
Okay.
process.
Hmm.
I would suggest those people join the State Department of the BAIO.
Yeah, absolutely.
Join the State Department. Let us know what it is that you're interested in, in how you want to participate and how you want to be involved. So in other words, basically what I'm saying is there's nothing that you have to wait for from anybody to tell you what to do. It's all up to you. It's all up to the people in your local chapter. Maybe the people in your local chapter, because Neho had mentioned this on the previous show, maybe you guys want to do a project in your local chapter. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. But if you don't want to do a project and you just want to network and socialize with each other, but you have other interests outside of your local chapter, that's fine too. It's all good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because it's all connected to nationalists getting together, nationalists connecting with other nationalists in their professions, and nationalists connecting with people on the continent in whatever country they want to deal with or go to. It's nothing that really takes away from anything or the overall vision of the BAIO. Because one of the things that I find interesting is that I saw a study that they're about, I tell you, the figures are wildly variant. Some people say there's 3,000 African Americans in Ghana. Some people say there's 10,000. That's a big difference, don't you think?
That's a huge difference.
You know, like, how many, like I'm trying to, and I've been doing study and researching. I'm figuring it's more like around 3,000. I say anywhere from 3 to 5 seems like the more reasonable estimate from all the places that I've looked. But think about that.
Right.
There are 3,000 African Americans in Ghana, and they are not connected with each other socially, economically, and politically.
And you know, and that's sad. I mean, because if they link together, I mean, I know they have like the African American Association in Ghana that kind of links them all together. But if they did, I'm sure they'll feel a lot more comfortable, you know, than feeling like they're out there on their own. Some of them, I'm sure, don't feel like that. They've probably embraced and, you know, integrated into whoever the population that they're living with. But there's few who's always afraid that they're going to get scammed and, you know, swindled and everything. And actually, me and Bomani was talking about this yesterday. He said that was his plan of kind of putting together like a predominantly African American community. He said because just to establish a level of trust when African Americans come over, they know they can purchase property. You know, their money's not going to get taken or get scammed in any way, and they can kind of, you know, move into general society of the Ghanaian culture in a gradual way without being thrown into it like just blind and not knowing what's going to happen, not understanding and possibly offending someone. So that if they link together those, whether it's 3,000 or 10,000, you know, if they link together, I'm sure they feel a lot more comfortable, and you have those stories.
And it would be nice if they joined the BAIO and joined the Ghana chapter, because then people that's from America, if they were interested in Ghana, they have that resource there.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Exactly. I'm like, there's so many over there. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And hell, South Africa.
Hey, Bubba, how you doing, sweetie? Daddy can't talk to you right now. He's busy. Okay.
Oh, geez, I'm getting this.
Okay. Bye, sweetie. You know, I just want to say to all of my bitches out there right now, Daddy is busy. Can't you see that? Haven't we talked about this before?
You got a troll?
Troll. Try plural. Legal Night Owl. The State Department is in the BAIO website. Yes, it is. It's probably Supreme Shabazz. I'm telling you, these niggas think I'm cute. I'm telling you, they think I'm cute. There's this one, and it's probably this one dude. It's probably only one dude.
That's really sad. If it's one person.
Yeah, it's this one dude that was trolling me. He created like so many. It must have been like 12 or 15 accounts that I deleted from. Like, think of the time that it takes for you to do that.
Like you really either got man, no, that's a stalker.
You know what I feel like, Belle?
Yeah, that's
I feel like, like, has this ever happened? Like this, they say this happens to the girls. I don't know, so I have to ask you. When you're in school and the guy who likes you is pulling on your ponytail and doing all kinds of stupid
throwing
shit.
spitballs and tripping you and doing all
Yeah,
bullying shit. Yeah.
that's what I'm experiencing now. It's bugged out.
No, it's just a sign that the message is getting across.
What is it, brother? Like, oh, brother, I can't believe I call him that. Bubba, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
What is it that you see my eyes and you get lost in them? Is that what it is?
What is he saying?
No, he's gone. Belle done snapped her fingers a long time ago.
Oh boy.
Let me get off of that. I just wanted to let my bitches know Daddy is busy. Once the broadcast is over, then y'all can hit me up on email and I can curse you out by that. All right.
There you go. Just email them. There you go.
Yeah, like what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. Is that you can join any group within the BAIO. If a group doesn't exist that you think should exist, create it. Because you can create a group in there if you want to. It's just that I would like for us to try to not have multiple groups doing the same thing. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? You want to have it umbrellaed under one thing. So that's what we try to do is keep it like that. Now, the State Department is definitely good for diplomats. If you're interested in diplomacy, join the State Department.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the where to land at people.
Do we have like a tech professionals group?
IT department?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Not IT. More so technology.
The STEM group.
Because STEM group is like sort of everybody bunched together. But I'm saying like people who are actually in technology fields. Like a person like myself, I'm in the electronic security field, and then you have some people who are in cybersecurity, stuff like that. I'd like to see, maybe I would do it myself, make a group in that vein that we could come together and share information on that.
Yeah.
Because STEM, anybody can add to that, but they may not necessarily do it for a living.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You can create the group. Actually, you can create the group.
Yeah. Because
you can create it.
Group on my sign in.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's all like in other words, I mean, maybe it's just me. Y'all can answer. But do you feel like there's any restrictions?
No, not at all.
No. Nope, not at all.
Because so if anybody meets up and you're wondering what you need to do next, the question is, what do you want to do?
Right.
Baden's mommy, we have an IT group.
Yeah, there is one specifically for IT.
Yeah.
So that one.
Oh, that's homegirl.
I believe I didn't realize that Rwanda was going to be on a come up like it was. I would have created a group for Rwanda.
For real.
They've actually outpacing Nigeria.
Oh, for sure, like 1,000 times over, which is, I mean, that's why I can't even blame Kala for going in on Nigeria when he does. So I'm like, man, Nigeria, you should be like a superpower with the resources and the population, the amount of people you got. But yeah.
You got to get rid of the corruption, man.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of the corruption. You have to make that a primary focus and an issue. See, that's me, man. We cannot move forward if we got a bunch of people in power that's more interested in lining their pockets up with money than they are taking care of the people. We can't have that.
Indeed.
And this is why Rwanda is going to be like so great as is. A few nights ago when Kala was doing a show with Dynas, some dude in the chat was just saying how, Kagame did all this stuff in the Congo. He's corrupt. He was part of the genocide and all that. I said he may have done all that, but guess what? He invested in their infrastructure. He's given them all jobs. He's given the people pride in their own land. They're building it. He's basically the amount that he's building. He's promising 0% unemployment by 2040. Like, what
If he's
nation
corrupt,
has
what
that?
do they want? What I want to know is, what's the leader that you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody that comes to tries to do something productive, you saying that they're corrupt, they ain't
Yeah,
no good. So
exactly.
then what? Who is it that you want? Could you give me an example? We have. It seems that Africa has just as many misery merchants as we have over here in America.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. Nobody can give me any examples of what. Give me that leader that you feel is the one that we should be promoting and talking about. Who is it?
Exactly. That's I'm like, this man, his nation's gonna be amazing. Like the people gonna defend it. They're empowered now by having jobs, building their infrastructure. They're gonna take pride in the beautiful city that they built, the cleanest city in the world. And they came from a hellhole. We all know their history.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, he took them, he did what most would consider the impossible. So I'm like, that's a lesson. Hell, you should be looking at the other nations that didn't go through what Rwanda went through. Look at them like, yo, what you doing?
Right.
Right.
Why are you not there yet? Because hell, look at what he did.
I'm losing patience, man. I'm losing patience with the excuses.
Yeah.
I'm really not trying to hear the excuses no more. And I really, you know, that's just me, man. I'm like I said, I'm an individual. I don't speak for the BAIO. I'm just a member of the BAIO, but I have my own thoughts and my own opinions. And I'm telling you, at this stage of the game, and it's this turns of my development, there's certain bullshit that I'm not going for no more. I just have no patience for it. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the bullshit. And I'm tired of us continuing to keep doing the same damn thing over and over and over and over again and expecting different results.
With this day and age, with what's available today, if Black people don't do this, don't get their own nation state, it's because
It's a
we
wrap.
want it. It's a wrap. It is. It's over.
It's a wrap. And it should be a wrap. It should be a wrap. It won't even be a tragedy if it's a wrap. Because if you don't feel the need to empower your own people and have a future for your people and the children, I
Yeah.
ain't go. Who's gonna shed a tear for you when you get eliminated?
Oh man, here we go again.
Seriously, you're right.
Uh, I will. I will. I don't know. I think it'll happen in stages, though, y'all. And my judgment will happen in stages. The first stage will be the more progressive people who saw enough to get on the boat in the beginning. Then you will have the people who have to see something, and once they see something, will be genuinely converted and really want to help. And then the last stage I think will be people who are in such a dire circumstances, having been left behind, that they have no choice. But everything is not going to be in one fell swoop. It's going to be in stages.
Right.
And that's not to say for me that I think that I'm better than anybody because I see it that way. It's just that, you know, from the background that I come from, I'm used to seeing these faces.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have so many trolls now. Because if you think about it, like when I was on Blog Talk doing Banging My Show, we weren't getting these many trolls because they thought that we was just talking.
Right.
And so they was able to like just basically sit back. Sarge Willie Pete was the only one who was running his mouth. And after a while, he got tired of running his mouth after we gave him that ass whipping that we gave him. But now, when they come over and they see that chat room full of BAIO flags, that scares the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely, and I said it before and I'll say it again, not to beat a dead horse, so I won't use his name, but I think that that's what pissed off my man more than anything, is when he came to that meetup and he saw people serious about what you have been talking about for years, and he
Right.
only got one person. That pissed him off.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a good assessment. Yeah.
some people
Well,
have to have foresight, bro.
one thing I can tell you, Minister, is that if people want to go up against the BAIO and particularly go up against me, be prepared to be pissed off a lot. Be prepared to be pissed off a lot. You're gonna be the damn Tasmanian devil. You keep fucking around with me. Because I'm just have no patience for these people. And I'm telling you, I think the thing that really pissed me off the most is that when people that have a strong opinion against something that they know absolutely nothing about,
True indeed.
that bothers me. It irks me because I know how I am. If you hear me talking strongly about something, more than likely I did some research. I didn't just come to the conclusion willy-nilly, and I don't, and I have no shame in telling you stuff that I don't know anything about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know about it, or I don't have no big emotional stake in it, I'll tell you. Because I can maybe agree with something, disagree with it, and it'll be a weak disagreement, a weak agreement.
Right.
Because I don't have that much information. But when I come out strong, you know that I did my due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just come to this conclusion just haphazardly. So it just irks me when I have people who are against me when you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. If I was to put a gun to his head and ask him what is the BAIO about, he wouldn't be able to tell you.
No.
But yet you strongly against me. Come on, man. So what that means is you're delusional.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not just talking about him.
Right.
You're delusional. You're doing this thing over and of all people, you talk about Arrested Development, man. After going through the whole situation with the slave theater, I would imagine you would have to back up and regroup and rethink how you do things. Because that was just a tragic situation, man, with the slave theater. Tragic situation. It isn't even there anymore. Luckily, we got pictures of it because it's gone. It's demolished.
Is it? It's demolished?
Demolished. Gone, brother.
Wow.
I posted a picture of it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember.
Yeah, it's gone. So that's that.
Wow.
That's that.
Interested, like, what do people want? Like, as an alternative, like, if it's not like your own nation state to get control your own environment, control the context, like you always say, of the socioeconomic and political environment, what is it that they want? Just nothing? They just want to.
No, can I answer that?
Go ahead.
They want to be white.
Oh, Lord.
That's what they want.
But these are the same people talking about melanin popping. What the hell?
Oh, don't get distracted by that. They want to be white. Like Minister said it, and I've said it. If they ever come out with a machine that can turn a nigga white, watch the line of black people that's going to be on that to get turned white. That's what they feel. That's what they want. They just want to be white people. And they hate you because you actually have some pride in yourself.
Oh my God,
it's like the best way to put it is if a person has low self-esteem and they meet somebody who has self-esteem, that person is going to be an automatic problem for them by simply just being. You ain't got to hurt them. You ain't got to say nothing negative to them. You just have to be, and you fuck their whole world up. So that should give you an example of just on a small level. Just take that and expand it. I know the reason why we get so much hatred is because, and the thing about it is, they know they can't attack the BAIO in the traditional ways that they attack everybody else.
Right.
See, it's easy to destroy what Umar Johnson is doing because he promoted it as Umar Johnson. This is my shit. So that's simple. Let me destroy you. Let me put doubts in people's mind about you. And then your shit ain't never going to take off. But try that with the BAIO. Try it. What you're going to do? Like I said, you can find any member of the BAIO could fall off at any point.
Right.
At any point. Can be involved in some scandal and be disgraced. What the fuck does that have to do with the BAIO? BAIO distance themselves from them and keep it moving.
Yep, that's true.
So they can't attack, and they can try to attack me, but you see how that goes. I love it because my only thing is I wish that I would get attacked by somebody who was relevant. I get attacked by these do nothing Bubba niggas or this brother, whatever the hell, these clowns in the chat room. That's nothing. Why doesn't somebody with a name attack me?
That's coming.
I would love if I got up in the morning and I found out that Tariq Nasheed made a diss video about Mr. Holip. Oh my God, that would be
That
beautiful.
would bring so much traffic to the BAIO.
Exactly.
I would love it.
Umar Johnson exposes the BAIO. Oh my God, please.
You're right.
Why can't somebody like that diss us?
Man, he better not. I know that.
You're right. I mean, it's these little cornballs and stuff. Like I see them in the comment section after you do videos with Dynass, and that one brother who went on this whole diatribe of why not to join it. I'm like, you just gave every reason to join.
Yeah.
I'm typing this.
And you see what I did to him?
Yeah.
I smoked his ass point for point. You effing clown. Right. What is it? What else is there to say? See, don't run off these stats and then you act like that intimidates somebody. I got just as much stats as anybody. So bring it on. Bring on every stat you think that's negative to nationhood. And watch what I do to you.
And they underestimate the fact that there are people out there looking for a solution, not just talk, and just waiting for magic to happen. There's people who actually like, all right, who's doing something? And that's the people we're looking for.
Yeah. And they underestimate us.
Yeah.
Because we have, just on an individual level, some powerful motherfuckers in the BAIO.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the people you know about. We ain't even talking about the chat room.
Yeah, right.
you got some powerful people in the chat room who ain't even did a show, but will light your ass up. Have y'all been seeing my comment section lately? I don't have to do nothing.
No.
I don't have to do nothing. All I gotta do is just sit back and watch the destruction. We got some brothers in there. This brothers and sisters just be tearing heads off.
But yeah, no.
And the thing about it is, we're making moves and we're building. So nothing is stagnant. You know, like people are saying, oh, where's the action? The action is getting rid of you. That's the action.
Right.
You want some action? All right, we got plenty of action for you. We'll get rid of you. That's the first action. But on our end, our action is we're moving and we're connecting and every day I look at the BAIO site and I see people connecting.
Oh, I love it. I love everyone's friends they just building friendships,
right?
Chatting with people in different countries, different states, sharing stuff. Someone shared something in the health and wellness department. I had to thank this brother so many times. The information he shared, I would have to get another master's degree to get that. He literally shared how to build a community center from the ground up, how to market it, how to finance it, everything. I would have to go back to school to do this. And I was going to do that. I'm like, you just saved me like $50,000 by sharing this info. Like that stuff is priceless. And then he's the same brother. He shared information on MIT courses. I was like, yo.
Oh, she must be talking about Mikhail.
Is it Mikhail?
Is it Mikhail? Or is his name MD?
I don't know. I got to look at his name again. I know his face now, but I can't remember.
If it's MD, that's Mikhail.
But he's just sharing so much valuable, priceless information that costs thousands of dollars to get access to.
Since you don't know, that dude is a genius.
Yeah, we got him, man. We got him. We got him.
Genius.
Neo, don't front on Neo either. Neo is brilliant.
Oh, yes, that's the first time I heard him on the show, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to hear this brother more often. That's what's up.
Because that's his thing. Like that's what attracted him to the BAIO in the first place, was when we were talking about STEM. Because he said nobody's talking about STEM. All of these groups is talking about religion and morality and all this other bullshit. Nobody's talking about STEM. Nobody's talking about building anything.
And I have to say I'm proud of Neo, because if you remember the early days when Neo was on his tribal warriorship.
Yeah. But we all grow.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing. And the thing about it is, as long as you're willing to gain new information and just be open to learning new things, growing is going to be organic. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, I've grown. I've fine-tuned in the way that I deal with things and the way that I process the information. Because like coming to the Land Infrastructure Nationhood conclusion was no small feat. I mean, Minister can tell you that.
I was going to say, how did you guys come to that? Because it's simple, it's to the point, it's an agenda that works, that makes sense, but it seems simple. But I'm like, how did they just come down to these three things?
Years and years and years of looking at this problem. I would say that it started even before we met, because all of us were on a separate journey. But it's so funny, and this is why I know that it's the truth, because how is it possible that brothers who've never even met each other, who've had different socioeconomic upbringing and whatever, all came to the same conclusion? How's that possible? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it makes
So
sense.
that lets me know that it's true. It's like we all, but the actual term land infrastructure nationhood, I think that happened on a conference call. I know it was a conversation on the phone. You were on that call, Minister, right?
I'm not sure, brother.
Yeah, we've had so many conversations, kind of gets lost in but
I
I know
know
that it was a phone conversation, and I just said, oh, I know what it was. We were trying to think of something short and concise that can encapsulate what the BAIO was all about.
Yep.
And that was the basis of the conversation. And throughout that, we said, well, what are the things that we're concentrating on? It's like we need land, obviously. If we have land, we have to build that infrastructure on the land, and the ultimate goal is nationhood. So land, infrastructure, nationhood. Boom. LIN.
But before you had that, we just used to say infrastructure all the time.
Yeah.
That's all we used to say.
Yep. We used to always talk about infrastructure. And like I said, I think when I did the video on infrastructure, that's when I was introduced to Minister Dawood.
Yeah, that was the game changer, though.
Yeah.
That video is classic.
And I did that because there was no video that existed on it, at least not in conscious cultural circles. Like if you was to go to a technical, like people that's in the STEM, yeah, they know, they do infrastructure all the time. But within the cultural conscious community, so to speak, nobody's talking about this stuff.
No, not at all. Not at all. Unfortunately. And still not.
Yeah, you're right. Even you would think that people would be running with the ball. Like that wouldn't hurt. Actually, it wouldn't hurt us. If there was some other group outside of the BAIO that was kicking land infrastructure nationhood, that's only helping us.
Right.
It's not hurting us at all.
But
so people are still stubborn, man. They still thick-headed. They still believe that bending over and kicking up that can and getting kicked in your ass. Well, maybe if I bend it over just slightly to the left, I won't get kicked in my ass again. They just, and another thing is people, and I got to keep it real, man. People love America. Yeah. This whole white man is the devil, fuck the cracker and all this. It's a bunch of bullshit. You love white people. You wish you can get Kim Kardashian, or you wish you can get Mandy Rose from the WWE and all this. You wish you can get you that dime ass white girl that you want.
Yeah.
That's what you want, nigga. So why front? I respect people who just tell me what they about. Just tell me what you about. If that's what you about, at least I can respect the fact that you real and you honest.
Sure.
But don't come dressing it up in some other bullshit when that's really what it's all about. They love white people, they love America, and they love white women, and they love white men.
Oh gosh. I'm like, oh god, that sounds.
But they want to put on a dashiki or dress it up in some African cultural garb, or talk, like you said, the melanin popping and all that bullshit. All they interested in is being around white people and having
the melanin popping shit is hilarious.
Yeah, having funny-eyed look babies with different texture hair. That's all they interested in. They ain't interested in no land infrastructure nationhood. They interested in having some little light-skinned baby with blue eyes and curly hair. That's their ultimate goal, their ultimate agenda. And that's the reason why they hate us with a passion.
Now you
They hate us with a passion.
once we get to the continent and start building, you're gonna have a whole new set of videos of people either just like completely against it, trolling real hard.
Oh yeah.
Not against it like crazy.
See? You see how they left us?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be. They left us. You see what they did?
You see how they cut and ran?
That's good that you got 10 years worth of videos saying this, so they can't say nothing. You got 10 years worth of information saying the exact same thing.
Oh man. Everybody talk, and they always use this. What kills me is they always use rhetoric, and they don't understand the rhetoric that they're using. Like this whole, we got to leave the plantation. Well, what do you think that means, nigga? What do you think that means? Because America is a plantation.
Yeah.
So if you're saying we got to leave the plantation, do you not realize that you're saying we got to leave America? What, you think the plantation is what? Some actual plantation? Some house in the South? That's where we got to leave? I thought we left that already.
Then they get metaphysical. It's no longer a place anymore.
It's abstract. You know, the plantation is the same as the conscious community. That's what it is. Just like the conscious community is vague and abstract, so is the plantation. We don't know where it is. It could be anywhere. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna cut this short because we've been in this for an hour and it doesn't seem like we're getting any people coming. So unless y'all wanna talk about anything or ask some questions, has anybody got any questions they don't want to ask?
Well, me, I just finished my workout, so.
So you raring to go?
So what?
I say, so you're raring to go?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like I'm dead now. I mean, we can continue, but you know.
Nah, I'm gonna cut it unless somebody has anything they want me to answer. Anybody in the chat room? Oh, who's that?
Uh-oh.
Hi, my name is Trisha. I'm usually in your chat room as Trisha S.
Hey, what's up, sis?
How are you?
Hey.
Ah, I see.
Well,
There you go. Oh, cool. All right, I'll stick around now.
I missed everything. So what's going on?
Just shooting the breeze, talking back and forth. We were just waiting for the New York people to show up, but not that many did, if any, showed up. So I'm gonna have to reschedule this for another time.
Okay.
But we good. We got into a nice little conversation. We was talking about what people should do and within the BAIO. Once they join their local chapter, like if you're interested in the continent, join a chapter that's on that particular country. If you're interested in Ghana, there's a Ghana chapter. You're interested in Nigeria, there's a Nigerian chapter. There's not a Rwanda chapter yet, but there will be very soon.
Okay, great. I'm actually interested in Ghana.
Yeah. A lot of people like Ghana. For some reason, I'm more of a Angola dude. I'm an Angola Namibia dude.
Well, I've met a lot of Ghanaians, and I've always had great interactions with them. So that's why I'm so interested in Ghana.
Make sure you join there. Did you join the Ghana chapter?
Not yet. I'm in the NY New York group, but I'll definitely join Ghana. Look into some more information about Ghana.
Were you interested in moving there?
If funding and health allows, sure. You know.
I hear you.
But that would definitely be an interest. Ghana would definitely be an interest of mine. And plus, I had an aunt that passed away. She used to do her missionary work there, and she would always come back with the best stories about Ghana. And she brought a picture back with her of a woman who looked exactly like one of my aunts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Belle, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you feel this for a second? I got to do something. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Patricia, thanks for joining us. There's another person in the chat, Avery Hodge. She's from New York too. You didn't get the link?
Oh,
okay. I can Not answer email. So
how do you work this chat thing with the phone? I can only see just the avatars for the Hangout.
yeah, you probably it's a separate link.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, you won't be able to see it directly. Don't worry about it. KW Gun 7, their Canadian chapter. I'm not sure. There is the camera. There is a Senegal chapter. Yes. Canadian chapter. I think so. If there is not, we can create it. It's not. It's nothing to create it. Yeah, brother Nubian. Minnesota Wood was in a gym. That's what it was. Yeah. So. Okay, let's check all these countries. For sure. Now, again, like we're thinking more of coastline. So yeah, some of those for sure. But yeah, sorry, Trisha. I'm trying to answer some of these questions. So Trisha, what this is my first time meeting you. Thank you. What part of New York are you from?
Okay, I am originally from Queens, but I spent most of my life in Harlem.
Yeah, I'm from Queens too. I'm not in Queens right now, but I'm from Queens. My mom is still there, so I go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm originally from South Jamaica.
Oh, I'm from Hollis, right? So,
oh, okay. Okay, right next door then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that, but yeah, we've got.
I'm sorry, nervous. This is my first time on a Hangout.
Yeah, no. I mean, for sure, this is something we wanted to figure out how to get all the New York people together. We know New York State is pretty big. We wasn't going to get everybody to meet up at once, but just getting everyone, just to do a Google Hangout, start out with that first, and then see when we can do an in-person meetup to get it started. So that's what this is about.
Well, we thank you for even joining the Hangout. I mean, that means a lot.
Thank you. I mean, it was I know Holip has sent out a link before, but I was at work, so I couldn't do it.
Right.
So I said, let me try this one and to get in on this one.
So let me ask you this: what drew you to the BAIO?
Well, I've been listening. I was a subscriber of Holip's channel, his old channel, before they bumped him off, and it always made sense to me for us to have something of our own. I just didn't really understand, like, infrastructure and things like that. But when you see us, it's like the same thing over and over again. We're going into businesses and getting arrested for nothing, getting killed for nothing. Just, it makes sense.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to keep on trying to convince these people to know that we're human. They don't care.
Right.
Get your own stuff. You have to get your
And it's scary. It's scary. I mean, like you said, with all what's going on, like I can't sign into anything or turn on the news for anything without hearing some story of a white person calling the police on a black person for something.
Right.
We're hearing that in Atlanta, something just happened where a dude had a seizure on the train, and the white man dragged him off because he didn't want the paramedic to delay the train.
Yeah, and left him and left him with his private parts hanging out on the platform.
Exactly, left him laid out there, post state where he's just had a seizure. I was like, what is going on? And this is okay. Well, it makes it worse is someone recorded this. So I'm like, you didn't think to help us stop him, but you had time to record him doing this. So it's just, I'm like, I can't. I mean, I've been done with this country in general, but it's like it's nothing's going to change. And if we think it ever is, it's going to get better, then we are genuinely delusional. So it's past time we kind of get our own shit and just keep going. But yeah,
it's crazy because I'm a part of a sports group. Actually, one of our members runs a sports group on Facebook called In the Pink. And in this group, they posted a video of Stephen A. Smith talking about Terrell Owens, because Terrell Owens, a football player, was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but he didn't go to the Hall of Fame ceremony because he felt like his last years in the NFL stopped him from working. what you find is that in America, it doesn't matter how good you are at what you do. You have white people that can basically collude to stop you from working in certain industries. So you know, Sister Bill, you work in the health industry. I work in the security industry, the security industry. But just recently, I got laid off in May. And for a little while, I wasn't able to work in my industry because most of the area had concluded to not let me back in. So now,
Oh wow.
here I am, a guy. You know, I'm not a guy, you know, got a job and learned on the job. I have a New York State license. I have one in fire. So these are credentials that I'm not letting me sneeze at. And basically, for a month and a half, I couldn't work in my industry. So eventually, what happened was I got a better situation, which I'm now subcontracting for a couple of different people, and it's a lot more freedom. But imagine if I was one of your average dudes that didn't have any credentials, they would have been able to keep me out of the industry. And see, that's my reason for being in the BAIO. Yes, I understand that we're being abused by, you know, police, white people, yada, yada, yada. But to me, the biggest thing that bothers me in America is that it's not a meritocracy, it's a good old boy network.
Yeah.
Where a group of businesses, they can, you know, they can collude together and keep you from working in something that you love. So if you love medical work, if you love being in the medical industry, half of the week in your area stops you from being in that industry. And some people would say, well, you know, you open up your own industry. Yeah, you could. You're right, you could. However, some of the white people in the industry band together and don't support your industry or support your business. So for me, Nationhood is more a situation where I want black people be able to live a better life and take care of their families without having to turn green. And I talk about this in the radio show I used to have, where in order for you to make money in America and make good money, you know, you still have the NFL football players tried to kneel to make it ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they tried to fight the coaches. It's not like they tried to suicide. All they did was kneel during the national anthem.
Right.
And this time, the whole NFL will back up against them and keep some of them. There's some people that got kicked out of the NFL, they're not coming back.
Dawood, you have a lot of static in your background. The viewers are kind of having a hard time hearing you. I wasn't sure if you were dropping or just like a lot of.
It's what's called, I think it's my Bluetooth in my car. Hold on a second. Let me transform the local.
That's a little bit better.
Can you hear me now?
Static is gone.
There we go. Okay, good. You're back.
So you hear me better?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Much better.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the Bluetooth in my car says that the whole NFL would, you know, come together and collusion to keep certain players. There goes static again.
Oh, I think that's Trisha.
That's me? Okay. I'll put my phone on mute then. Okay. That might be the air. Okay.
Yeah, that's Trisha. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, you blamed it on me anyway.
Sorry, you were talking and everyone. The chat room set me up. You guys got me. I'm so busy watching out for trolls. Yeah, and setting me up. No, it's okay.
Yo, on a side note, I guess Marvel just basically released Infinity War, so you can actually own it on iTunes now. So so I bought it on Friday and I watched it again. I couldn't stop laughing. Every time he snapped his fingers, I couldn't stop. I said, look, there go Belle again. What stone is she using?
Oh my God. And Holip keep making those pictures. It's making it more funny. I'm like embracing this. I'm going to get shirts made and everything with them.
Yeah, man. Embrace it.
But I guess my main basic point was that my you know, I'm with Nationhood for the same reason that you guys are for. But my passion is a black meritocracy. A black meritocracy where black people, you can live according to your own merit, according to your own skills and abilities and the level of your skills and abilities. Not you gotta, you know what I'm saying, basically kiss somebody else's behind in order to get here or get there. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the who you know.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, we will never really have true, because it's like, you know, with only one thing you can give conscious community credit for is exposing a lot of what the entertainers and athletes had to do to get to where they were, because a lot of people were shocked to find out all of the craziness that they had to go through just to be in the films that they were in, and they thought it was just on their talent, but then you come to find out that there's a lot of sexual depravity going on in the background just for even just for a Larry Fishburne to be in the movie or whatever. And so for me, that in and of itself should be why you down with Nationhood, because you mean to tell me you cannot get picked for a movie based on your merit? It has to be some crazy thing that you do for a director, even as a man. And you know, for years people were denying this was going on until Terry Crew came out and said, no, it's true, they did that to me.
And that's crazy. They did that to him in front of his wife. That is crazy. Yes. That's the level of disrespect. They don't even care.
Right. But remember, he was, you know, y'all lying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lying. There's no way they're making men do that. And when Terry Crew came out, you know, a big diesel man, then people say, oh, well, maybe this is true. So it's like, how do you defeat that? You know, do you take these people to court? You see, none of these people went to jail. So for us, I really think that a black nation of our own, off the shores of America, on the continent of our ancestors, solves so many problems when it's done right that there's no reason why you shouldn't be for it.
Mm-hmm. No,
I think if we can just get these people out of the mindset of sitting back waiting for somebody to do something for them, and realizing that if you want to have this happen, you got to get your ass involved in the game.
Word.
Because there's too many people, like, you know, you notice the major consensus amongst the detractors is, well, how is it going to benefit me? Listen, the nation is not about you benefiting you. How about what are you going to do for the nation?
When Diaspora come back to America, we should do that show, Holip.
Yeah.
We should do it. It's called Get Involved. And you know what we're going to use as the opening song?
What?
We're going to use that Raphael Sadiq song with Q-Tip.
What song is that?
Get Involved.
I got to check that online and see if I heard that before.
Oh, it's a
I probably
song.
have.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Belle?
Yeah.
Oh, with Getting Involved?
Yeah, that Raphael Sadiq song with Q-Tip.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but the song is not coming in my head right now.
Oh, well, anyway, either way, it's it's called Get Involved, but we'll use that as the opening. But I want to do a show like that because I think that I mean, we don't necessarily have to browbeat people for an hour about getting involved, but we could go into the many different ways that you could get involved and show the benefit of you getting involved. And that way, because what I do see though is when people join the BAIO, I think that people are refreshed with the amount of freedom that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, you know what, this is why I like this organization, because every other organization I had to basically join and shut up.
And you know what, I'm happy you bring that up, because what I notice is when people initially join, they don't typically kind of just jump into it right away. But after you sign in a few times, then you see them being more active by the day. And it'll be people who've been members for like, you know, a few weeks now or months. And they're like, oh, I didn't realize I could just be doing and saying all this. I'm like, yes, this is what we want. Share information, please. And then once they get involved, it just, you know, takes off from there. And they like it. They like it. They're friending each other, linking up with other people. So I'm like, it's exactly what we want.
Yeah, there's nobody to be looking to. Look to yourself.
And it's probably what they're used to, like waiting for someone to give the next marching orders.
Yeah, no marching orders from anyone outside of you and your local group. Whatever your guys decide you want to do as a crew, do it. If you decide that you just want to meet up and hang out, do that. If each one of you want to do something different and you want to communicate with other people on the continent, do that. There's no restrictions in terms of what you can do and what moves you can make next once you join the BAIO.
Right, because we all got some pretty good skills. I met this brother this weekend. He's in the chat too, Dundada. When he told me what he do, I was like, oh my God, it's exactly what we need. He's an engineer, contractor. He trains people on contracting, construction, and everything. U.S. military. I won't put all his business out there, but I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what we need. And he came all the way from, Missouri via South Carolina to all the way to Atlanta. And he was just like, no, I'm about this. I saw what it was, and this is exactly what we need. Like, it made sense. He told some of his homies, he said, some of his people he worked with who do the similar stuff, and they down with it too. So I was like, exactly, this is what we need.
Man.
Hold up. I don't know how long you wanted to continue. There's another woman in this, well, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but someone from New York in the chat who did not get the link. So I think they said they were okay with not being part of it for now, but just happy to kind of just be here and listen. Avery Hodge, are you still there? I don't know.
Oh, I see him in the chat room.
Yeah.
Is he on? Wait, he's in the Google Hangout, or he just in the chat?
No, he didn't get the link. He's from New York. I'm saying
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to stay on too much longer because we've already did like an hour and change.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not sure how long he's going to stay.
Word. Okay. Don't get me to ranting again.
It's cool if you do. If you got one in you, I can deal with it.
We still got Trisha on the line. If Trisha wanted to add anything.
Yeah, Trish.
Oh yeah, please bring it back.
I'll just thank you for sending the invite. I was just listening because I'm still learning. I'm at a rudimentary level with this, so I just mostly listen to get more information and to learn more.
Right.
Well,
Cool.
But again, thank you for jumping in, sis.
Thank you guys for the information and for the invite.
Link up again with New York.
So, anybody, is there anything else that anyone wants to say, or are there any questions that anyone wants to ask in the chat room? Because you know how I run from questions, so you better get me while I'm here.
Run from questions. That must be something the troll said.
Yeah. I run from powerful questions. That's what they said.
And the most powerful question they had is when you're going to Africa. That's how you got. That's a powerful question. Okay.
Yeah, they're powerful to them.
Yeah. That's what they want to be white, like you said.
Yeah, they want to be white.
That's the mind stone.
I wish that we could post pictures of here, but they won't let you post it. Because I got some great pictures for that. Because if you're mad, I want to know if you're big mad or little mad.
Any questions, anybody? Let's see. Roxity asked if you checked out Peter Brown.
That's the dude that Neil was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I think. I did. I went to their website. I saw some, I went to see who the administrators were. And I sent some invites out to them. So yeah, I did check it out. But I think that, like I said, you can still be in the BAIO and still have your own organization. So I don't think it's like, the Ledge Group.
Ah, okay.
I don't think that there's any conflict. Yeah, I don't think that there's no conflict. You can have your own thing going on and still be in the BAIO, because really the BAIO is about brothers and sisters who want nationhood, land, infrastructure, nationhood. So how does that conflict with your organization? Unless your organization is against that, then I guess you wouldn't be able to join.
Yeah.
But if you're for it, join. This is not the Borg, from Star Trek.
Right.
You have your own distinct personality and individuality. That's why, that's the reason why I put a disclaimer on all of my videos, because I want to be free to say what I want to say. I don't think that I'm a lunatic. I'm out here talking some bullshit. So, what's wrong with me expressing myself? Just like everybody should be able to express themselves. Just because you join a group doesn't mean that you cease to be an individual. As a matter of fact, your individuality helps the group.
Right.
Because you're able to bring a different perspective than everybody else. It's just that I can understand why a lot of people don't feel that way, because where else is that type of behavior going to be fostered? I mean, the existing Black intelligentsia and the existing Black groups that's out now don't operate that way.
Right.
So where are you going to get it from? I guess, there's going to be a learning curve with people to come into the BAIO, because a lot of them are going to come in asking, well, what do we do now? It's like, no, nigga, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? Stop looking for somebody to follow and start engaging in the process of land infrastructure nationhood. Start engaging with your brothers and sisters who come from the same mindset that you do.
Right.
Try that first. And if you're so interested in where the land going to be at, join the State Department and become a diplomat so you can be directly involved. Because if you're not directly involved, what the hell are you asking for?
Mm-hmm.
And there's much more we need to talk about, though. And as far as you talk, I'm starting to think of some of the things that would cause a person to think that, be kind of apprehensive. Because number one, there's like you have your moralists. You know what I'm saying? You have your people who believe that, like, for instance, I have certain people that will contact me every now and then because they're moral police. And they're like, oh, man, the BAIO got too many single brothers in there. And,
Lord, I know what you're talking about.
I could tell that they be macking. I could prove it. And this is like, yo, why don't you calm down? And why don't you worry about your life? And if you're out there and you're listening to what we say as the BAIO and you're trying to find the moral fiber of the BAIO, I think you have the wrong group. Because I could say that, most of the people that I've met and have been around or have talked to have a moral compass, but at the same time, we're not moralists. So in other words, like, we're not people who impose our sense of morality on somebody else. We just want a nation. And you can say, well, the nation has to have moral fiber, and this is true. And I think that will work itself out. But nevertheless, you have to remember that you've been in America for over 400 years, and your sense of morality is twisted as hell. So before you try to come out with your neoconservative idea of what really is right and what really is wrong, you need to get yourself in an independent environment and have your right mind in that independent environment, and then see what you think is right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Again, now, mind you, it's not that, when we say we're not moralists, that doesn't mean that we are down for pedophilia. It doesn't mean that we're down for molestation. It doesn't mean that we're down for any of that kind of stuff that is have been brought out by the Me Too movement. But at the same time, then there's certain lifestyle choices that certain people have that you should mind your goddamn business with. Mm-hmm. And that is not nationhood. Nationhood is not you policing somebody else's choices that's within the confines of a legal situation between two adults. Mm-hmm. You should mind your goddamn business with that, because that has nothing to do with nationhood. You know what I'm saying? Nationhood.
And also, these people are completely disingenuous to begin with, because first of all, let me just address this. Nobody owes you a relationship.
Right.
Can we state that?
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I hate to, I'm not trying to talk about nobody personally. I'm just speaking at a general level.
Come on with it.
If you busted, don't try to bring nationhood and nationalism in as some cover or proxy for you to get some some relationship or some bite from the male and female. Listen, if you busted and you corny, it don't make no difference if you're a nationalist or whatever. Women ain't gonna be attracted to you.
Right.
Men ain't gonna be attracted to you.
Right. Yep.
So stop trying to slide in on the cultural shit because you whack.
Yo, if you had
nationhood
a problem,
is not gonna address your whackness.
If you had a problem with women before you came in the BAIO,
it's not gonna get solved.
Exactly.
I'm with the BAIO. Am I not attractive now? No, nigga, you're not. You the same corny nigga. Now you just a member of the BAIO. So come on, man. Stop.
No, now you're our corny nigga.
So somebody had a question in the chat. I'm laughing it up. Somebody had a question in the chat. Eric Swade, and I'm sure Kala addressed this. I just can't remember the answer, but he said, "How come it seems like Liberia is off the table when these combos are had?" And probably Kala probably the best to answer that one, which he's not here.
Wait, say that again. What was the question?
He said, "How come it seems like Liberia is off the table when these convos are had?" He said, "I need to connect because I want to explain."
How come Liberia is off the table? Because the condition Liberia is in.
Yeah, but exactly. I'm like, condition
that's basically
wouldn't help to walk over there and just start again.
See, this is the thing, and I think that people have to understand. If you're going to spend thousands of dollars to go somewhere, right? I'm just talking about the average person. We're not talking about hardcore nationalists or pioneers or whatever. We're talking about the average black person. Average person, black person that spends thousands of dollars. Because first of all, I'm quite sure they had to save up to get that money. Money is not just falling off trees in the black community.
Nope.
So if excuse me for being one of these elite black people, but if I spend thousands of dollars to go somewhere, I want some fucking electricity. I want some running water. You know what I'm saying? I want all the amenities that I'm used to. Oh, wow. Am I being unreasonable with that?
Nope. Not at all.
So that needs to be addressed. Because people that spending their money want to spend their money and they want to go and they don't want to have to shirk on those things. You know what I'm saying? So why don't we provide that for people? That's what we want to do. We want our shit to be modern.
Right.
We want to have the most technologically advanced nation in the world. Right. Remember that? Remember that phrase?
Right. Technocracy, that is what Neil called it.
Yeah, that's what he called it. I like that word. That's what.
Don't allow anybody to make you feel bad because you don't want to shit in the woods or in some goddamn pot.
Yo, I know you're gonna cut this up and put this on the video. I can see it now.
I'll find a way. I'll find a way. Yeah, the people want to make you feel bad. Oh, you one of these niggas that like electricity? Yeah, nigga. I like AC too.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Man. I remember years ago, what'd you call it?
One of those AC niggas.
Yeah, I remember years ago, I was on some forum. There was a whole bunch of natural metaphysical people. And they were saying like, yo, electricity is the devil. And I was like, what? And they said, of course electricity is evil because they want you to use it so they can charge you for it. And I'm like,
oh wow, commerce is evil, right? So you might as well not sell any cowrie shells.
And that was before I was really, really heavy into my holistic health anyway. But hey, listen, electricity is evil. It's in your body, fool. It's all over your body. So that makes you a devil's disciple. I don't know. People just get so crazy.
They see the devil everywhere, man. The devil is in the toilet bowl if they stay on it for too long.
Word.
Eric Swade, no, you're not. You cool, brother. Nobody thinks you're tripping. It's just that when it comes to Liberia, it's a lot of shit going on. See, we don't want to go to build something in a place that's right with turmoil. We want something to be relatively peaceful. Keep in mind, that's relatively peaceful.
Yeah.
We don't want political unrest, and it's hard to go and build somewhere where there's political unrest. Right. It's the reason why like Iraq and Iran and these places are war-torn areas. What do you do? Even if you wanted to build infrastructure, how do you go about doing it where you got to worry about bombs and shit? Nobody wants to go through all of that.
Yo, and America couldn't even build infrastructure over in those war-torn areas. How the hell are we gonna do that?
Right.
Seriously, yeah.
I understand the whole thing about Liberia, but I think he's speaking about the fact that Liberia is very African American friendly in their policies because that's who created it. But the problem is we don't control Liberia anymore.
Right.
The CIA formed a coup and they put the native Liberians, whatever the hell that is, in power. And it is what it is.
Word.
So that's the reason why we don't really want to, I don't think anything has been taken completely off the table, but I think in terms of the initial stages of where we would want a nation, we don't want to deal with that because we already dealt with it. We had over 100 years of dealing with it. So I think we need to start somewhere else and start fresh. That's me personally.
All right. So going back around to what to do next. Holip said it, guys. Keep doing the meetups. Get involved in the website and link up with people in your region and share information. Like it's all yours. Your imagination can go wild with it.
Yeah. And if you're asking yourself if there's anybody that's saying what should we do next, the first thing you should do is ask yourself, why are you asking that question and what do I want to do? Because you're the only one that's stopping you from doing it. There's no one in the BAIO that's going to stop you from doing anything related to land, infrastructure, nationhood, and connecting and socializing and networking with your brothers and sisters, be they in your state or on the continent. So that's a pretty wide range of things that you can get involved in. I know, Minister, there's a brother, I believe it's Philly something. Philly is the first. You know who I'm talking about, Belle? I think you've seen it.
I know who you're talking about.
He's in the same thing the minister is, and there's another brother that's in the same field that you're in. So that's just two off the bat.
Right.
We need to hook them brothers up. Because this what's really happening. And let me say this before we go. What we are doing now, and Belle says this often. She said it a lot in her last broadcast with the sister show. We're developing the we. You can't put it any better than that. I've always said there is no us, there is no we, there's no our on a socioeconomic and political level. So what we're doing right now is developing the we, developing the us, developing the our. How many people want nationhood? What do you do? And where do you want to do it? That's it, basically. So that's it for me. I'm done. Anybody else got anything they want to say?
Oh no, I'm I'm good. It's just I'm excited the direction that the BAIO is going. I just joined only a few months ago and just seeing like the agenda made sense to me. It's simple, it's to the point, it's an agenda for Christ's sake, because most people don't have one. So there's that. So it feels like, some sense of direction and just knowing that when I speak to the sisters at Dwoa, who's in the chat right now, she even said, she's like, it makes sense. There's no denying it. There's no arguing it. It makes sense. It's tangible. It's something we can do. We actually can do this. So that this is what's exciting to me, and especially after meeting with some Atlanta members this past weekend, and just seeing a direction, how excited everybody is about where they're going with this. Then it just like the sky's the limit,
right?
And we want to see this through. So yes, so definitely keep being interacting with people on the site. Everyone join. You make sure that you're in your state chapter, you're communicating with those people, you're scheduling meetups, and it doesn't have to be in person initially. Like we're just doing a live stream hangout right now, so you guys can do the same. You don't even have to broadcast it. Just do a Google Hangout between you guys.
Yeah, Minister got cut off, I believe. But Philly Chew 215, that's who I'm talking about. He's in the chat room.
Yeah, I see.
Philly Chew, who was the other brother who is in the same field as you? I believe y'all connected on the last broadcast. If you can as a matter of fact, if you can find out who that is, email me at holipsism@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up with Minister DeWoo. Because that's beautiful. We got 3 electricians. Woo!
Yeah,
loving that.
More than that, I'm sure more.
Oh, we got more. Definitely got more.
Meeting engineers and contractors. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is what we need. Yes.
Yep. And if you notice, Belle, we're attracting skilled labor.
Exactly.
We're not attracting just loud mouths on the corner, pontificators, or people who have no skill set. We're attracting a lot of skilled individuals.
Yeah.
And if they don't, another thing is, don't feel bad if you don't have any skills. As long as you want them, I'm good with you.
Yeah.
You can always learn.
Like I said, yeah, like the information they're sharing on the website, I'm like, damn, I would have to get another degree to learn this.
Yeah, go to the website, man. Go to the website,
It's
learn
fun.
from this material that's there, contribute material. It's
Mhm.
like it's just so much stuff. That's why I said, like, to ask the question, what should I do next? I don't understand that when it's just so much to do. It's like you have to really figure out, what do you want to do first, not not what to do next.
For sure. No, definitely get involved, people, and join those groups. There's so many different groups of things. If whatever your interest is,
Yep.
you join it, check out the forums in those groups, and you'll be just flooded with information.
Yeah, and if, like I said, if you don't see the group that fits your interest, let us know, or either create the group yourself, and we'll approve it. We just my whole, like I said, the only thing is we just trying to create groups where it's not just the same group, but the same thing, but a bunch of different groups doing the same thing. We want to have it umbrellaed under one group.
For sure.
So.
THKMRA, I'm shocked you haven't joined yet. You've heard us so many times on Dinah's show. You've came to Holip show. He said he's finally about to sign up. No more Negro stalling tactics.
Wow, are you kidding? THKMRA has not signed up yet. I don't. Come on, he's trolling us.
He is. He reminds me of Admiral Medjay.
Yeah, Admiral.
To just keep doing this, and then then they're all about it, but then too afraid. So finally, okay, all right, brother. No, that's cool.
Click on the link. That's all it takes. Click on the link and sign up. I want to see a pop up on my screen right now.
Right.
Because if you sign up, I'll see it. I'll see it right now. It'll pop up on my screen while we're doing this.
At least he knows he had the Negro stalling tactics down, but he was just quiet. He knew.
The minute you have a problem is the first step to solving it.
Yep. But no, so yeah, I'm excited.
No, he is not. He's just been chilling all this time.
And he's been in Dinah. He's seen you on Dinah's show, you and Calla all the time. I'm like, you kidding me?
Oh man.
Any orange? Yes.
I don't see any pop-ups. He's stalling. Oh, wait. No. That's not him. That's another one.
Yes, they're RNs. And actually, I did a live show with the RN a few weeks ago in Tennessee. So
I think there's plenty of registered nurses in there.
Yeah, there's tons of people in the healthcare field.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of Oh, see, they promising me they're gonna sign up, but ain't signing up. So in other words, you ain't signing up. Okay, I got you. We'll wait another live broadcast for you to get your thoughts together. Am I ready to sign? I don't know.
It makes sense. I mean, like, we look at our current reality and where we live. We have no control over it. So, I want control of that. And you know what I think it is? Well, like you said, they want to be white, but like those who've gotten into positions where they feel like some sort of control or maybe power to Black people, that is. Once they feel that, like, you can't just go back. You can't, and you realize you're the only one up top. You're the only Black person in the room surrounded by successful white people. And you still can kind of control that particular, limited environment. You look for that. You really do. Like, I found that was what I was doing. I was like, damn, I need to be around other Black people doing this and wanting this. And then when you realize the reality, oh shoot, Black people can't even work together. There is no we, there's no us, no our. There's so many damn problems in the community. What the hell? What are we doing? And it's just like, oh geez. So then you just look for it, and that's what I was doing. And I was like, nope, if I can get a piece of that power and control of the context of my reality, just like white people do, then hell yeah, it can happen. But I think, like, unfortunately, a lot of conscious community, a lot of the people who should be wanting to get out the most, they never see it, and therefore just kind of like, oh, it's not going to happen. it's just completely beyond their mind. It blows across their head. They don't think it could ever happen. But no, I mean, it absolutely can. If we come together, there's no stopping us.
That's right. Oh, he's on the road. Okay, that's
fair enough.
forgiven. You're in the car. That's we don't want you killing yourself. Get to somewhere safe and then join.
You know the link.
Avery just sent me. I just got your email, Avery Hodge. I'm replying. It's all good. We'll do it again. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'll just schedule another one, and I figured this time would work best because everybody really was all in the evening. So I decided to do it at 8. But we'll try it again. We'll see what's up. I'm gonna send out another email and with the once this archives so everybody can listen to it, and then we'll just try to come up with another time.
Yeah, that'll.
Oh, I'm supposed to be on the Information Man show tomorrow, but I haven't gotten anything from him. I haven't gotten a link or anything. So I don't know what's up with that, but if I get it, I'll send it to you, like immediately. I'm just hoping he don't do it like, because I think it's supposed to be at 9 p.m. Yeah. Okay. So I just hope he doesn't send it like 8:45 or something.
Yeah.
Like at least give me a chance to promote the damn thing.
Were you gonna do a show with was it Ashley W?
Yeah, she just has to book it. I believe she wanted me to be a part of some panel or something initially. I'm good. Like whatever she wants to do, I'm good with it.
I'm afraid for you on a panel. Not really for you, but for everyone else. You come.
Me and her spoke on the phone though. We spoke. Okay. We spoke for like a good while. It was like a half hour or more.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't know about you being on O'Shea's show, man. Like you come with way too much fire and brimstone. You might shut the place down without even knowing it. I'm like, it's gonna collapse. It like implode on itself because this is the way this man talk. Like no one's gonna know what to say. I was telling Jonathan Hill this weekend, I was like, listening to Holip speak is like getting a backhand to the face, like a bucket of ice water on, like after just sleeping. Like it's a cruel way to wake up. It's necessary. And Jonathan was like, yeah, that's the same thing that we all get.
Oh man.
So I was like, no, but I love it though. Like I cringe sometimes. I'm like, oh Lord, who's gonna try to step up and challenge him and how butthurt.
I never listened to like O'Shea's show. Like what? I mean, how is it? Like I have no clue.
I listened to a few of his shows initially. I mean, it goes all over the place to his topic. Like his range has widened out. Before it was like a lot more about, kind of like empowering Black men, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. But then, he'll have like a panel of a bunch of people giving their input, some against it, some for it, whatever the case may be. And then, the chat is going. But now he's gotten into more talking about Africa, talking about African Americans compared to just regular Africans and how that's working. He has his panel talk about that too. But it's just, I don't know, like his panel is so big. That's why I'm like, my gosh, how do you stick to it? Sometimes it looks like it gets out of control.
How many people is on there?
It could range. I've seen as much as like 6 different people. Yeah, it gets really big. And then sometimes they do a lot of female bashing. They get into that natural hair versus straight hair and baby mama, baby dad. Yeah, that's why I was like, it's too lowbrow for you. Some of it, but he's changing it a little bit, which probably don't even realize it. But if you get on that show, like it's gonna implode. Those dudes are not gonna know what to do because you speak way too much truth, and there's so many guys in there who probably feel like they're or whatever, they think that they're alphas, and they probably are, but they might feel like you coming at them sideways, like, oh, this nigga come in here and tell me about my life here. Nah, I'm not gonna like it. They'll get.
Trust me, I'm used to it, man. It's like, but I'm pretty. Like if you put me in another forum, I kind of like I take on a different personality. I just want to see what's going on first. Like I don't come in like gangbusters because I want to know what I'm dealing with first. So I just basically sit back and listen and see what's happening.
Right.
And then I'll try to Because I've never, to be honest with you, it's never been my intention to go into anybody's forum and disrupt it.
And the thing is, that's the thing, you don't, but you do.
I know, but it's not my intention.
I know it's not your intention.
Because I think I was on somebody's show before, and he was getting on the kids wearing their pants down or something, like, you know, the pants beneath the, you know, the ass and stuff. Like, for some reason that's like disturbs the sensibilities of a lot of older folks. Like, it just bothers them. And I, you know, like, I was just talking, I was saying, listen, you can't attack a symptom of the problem without addressing the actual problem. You know, it's like people want to skip over the problem and then just want to deal with the symptom as if that's the be all and end all. Kids is wearing their pants beneath their ass for a reason.
Right.
You know, let's see why they came to, you know, this mindset that's what they decided they wanted to do. It's very easy to do if you want to find out what the fucking problem is. And if it all bleeds down to nationhood, we don't control this shit. I don't know how many times, how many shows have to be done, how many discussions need to be had before we keep avoiding this basic answer to this problem. We don't control the context of our reality. So if you don't control the context of your reality, how are you going to control how people behave in it?
Exactly.
It's like, so basically what it turns into is people start judging other people and saying, well, I'm a real nigga because I don't do this, and you a bootlicking nigga because you do. All right, well, so that makes you feel better about yourself? So this is the whole goal is for you to feel like, well, I'm a functional black person. You're dysfunctional. Okay, we still living in the same shithole.
Yeah, exactly.
So what? You want a cookie? You want to cook? Like I've said that to guys all the time. It's like, why do you want props for shit when we all under the same fucking context?
Exactly.
I don't want no props. It's like I say all the time. I'm the reason why I am the way that I am is because of the people that was around me and the circles that I came up in. I had references to draw from. If you're around a bunch of morons and you don't have no references to draw from, can you really blame a person for being a moron?
Right. That's true.
You know? I don't want no cookies, man. I don't want no cookie. No cookie whatsoever. I don't want nobody thinking that I'm special or that I came to this conclusion because I just got a special brain that nobody else has. No, this is real simple shit. You need to have your own shit. Do you need to be a scholar to come to that conclusion? How many degrees do you need to know that black folks need their own shit? Bottom line. So, like I said, I don't mean to disrupt people's forums, but if they start getting into some really coony shit, you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, no, that it's gonna be a quick done and over.
Yeah,
Like
they're gonna end that broadcast or cut me off.
If you go on that show, it'll never be the same again. That's all I gotta say. That show will never be the same again. He'll lose complete control of that mess.
I don't know if have you ever heard Information Man's show?
I did. He did a show with Dynas before. I want to say who else? A few other people I've heard. His isn't too bad. I mean, he talks of same talk. But
it's basically a one-on-one thing, like with him and the guest.
Yeah, just you and him. Yeah, just you.
Oh, okay, well that's good. I like that anyway because it's better. If I'm just talking to one person, I think that's a better interview, a better experience than just having a whole bunch of people talking. Because a lot of times, this is one thing I always say that Negroes love microphones.
That is true.
So you put microphones in front of Negroes, they'll talk even when there's nothing to talk about. They talk just because they can hear themselves talking. I like to talk about things when I feel like talking about them, and that's the reason why I don't do shows a lot. Because I feel like I don't want to be just doing them just to be doing them. Yeah. I want to do it because there's something that I want to express or something that I want to get, off of my chest or something that we need to talk about and build on or elaborate on, that's good for me. But to just do a show where I'm talking about the latest current events, or this Puff Daddy this person and so ran up on, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. None of it. If you ain't talking about something like that just related to us getting some power and getting some freedom,
right.
I mean, and to keep in mind, I talk about just mundane, trivial stuff, everyday stuff amongst my friends. Everything isn't high-minded all the time, but I'm saying if I'm going to go on a broadcast, because YouTube is worldwide,
right?
You know, and you're going to say, well, we're going to talk about Black issues, and I expect the level of the conversation to be a little bit higher than what I'm used to dealing with.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? The listeners, they understand that that's exactly what you bring. Like when you come on Dinah's show, it's usually with a topic, with the agenda. We know what the discussion is going to be about. And that's what makes it so much more entertaining and listening to you. Not entertaining in the sense that like, oh, we're looking for a fight. It's those who are looking for solutions. Like, oh, finally a show again about solutions. Yes, when this come and speak, you know, like he's coming with the real. But yeah, so and like you said, like on O'Shea's show and a lot of other shows, they just want to niggas like a mic. That's basically what it is. They just want to talk. They just want something to say. They just want to be part of the conversation. And that's what
I don't even like hearing my own voice, to be honest with you. I really don't. It's like, but I do like to express myself. If I feel like there's something that needs clarification, or if it's to address a talking point that I think is false, you know what I mean? Like something like that, I tend to take more time with and go deeper into. Like I love addressing and just dressing down these talking points where people are anti-nationhood. I love it. Love that. Give that to me all day long, because it's all bullshit and it's very easy to expose. Very easy to expose. Like that person that Minister DeWoo was talking about. The problem with them is they can't get into a relationship. Nobody likes them.
Yep, that's that simple.
It's that simple. So they figure, well, I'm going to join this Black organization, and if you really Black, you'll date me. No, sorry. Nobody owes you a relationship, and it's disingenuous. I thought the BAIO was about land infrastructure nationhood. Why are you coming into it? What, you trying to find a date?
Yeah, that's another thing I want to address. Please don't come into the BAIO with your own agenda and piggyback it on our agenda. Like everyone understand we have the same agenda: land infrastructure and nationhood. Not, you know, getting a doctorate in African history, not do it, you know, getting, you know, finding a partner. Like this is not what we're about. Like we're about land infrastructure and nationhood. So please remember that before you join.
If it happens, good.
Yeah, if it happens,
no problem. But it'll be an organic situation. It won't be like you just coming in, you know, on some, you know, trying to find somebody, and that takes precedence over what the mission is.
Yeah. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
And that's what he was talking about. Like they taking him to task because nobody wants to date him. Like, so now I don't know you about you BAO brothers. You ain't real. A lot of y'all just want to stay single. No, we just don't want to deal with you. Sorry. I mean, we all go through it. Like I said, yo, I was remembering this time when I was this is a lot of stuff the dudes have to get over. I remember I've always been attracted to older women. Like when I was younger, I was always looking at women 5 to 10 years older than me all the time. When I was a kid in kindergarten, I was looking at teachers. It's just the way it is. So I remember one time I was on the A train, right?
Oh yeah.
This older woman, and I went to step to her. I stepped to her. She looked me up, down, from head to toe.
How old were you at this time?
Oh, how old was I? I must have been. I had to have been in my teens. I don't remember. I'm 18, 19, something like that. She looked me up, head to toe, sucked her teeth like, and kept it moving. Like, what? How in the world? How dare you even talk to me? Now, anybody else would be like, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I didn't think I was that bad. She just totally dissed me. But you know what? This is what I said about men. The difference between men and women. Um, Men have the healing factor of Wolverine and the Hulk. We can be hurt, but that hurt will last until the next big ass come along. I'm serious. It's like that we have our healing factor is crazy. So when you got a guy like so getting dissed or getting or having a girl just flip on you and stuff like that or not give you just disrespect you goes with the territory. It goes with the territory. You take your bumps and your bruises and you keep it moving. Every girl ain't gonna be the same. So that's why when I see these guys online crying like fucking bitches because you want black women to bend over because you got a college degree, or bend over because you're a nice guy, or bend over because of this and that, and you're gonna roll out your resume and you think that somebody owes you something because I'm not an ordinary black man. I ain't like them thugs. I'm the real. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. Everybody goes through it. Everybody gets disrespected. There's no man. I don't give a shit how you look. You could be the finest dude in the world. Some chick is gonna disrespect you or play you like, how dare you even talk to me? Get the fuck out of my face. It happens.
Yeah,
move on.
I'm happy you said that because Dwayne just said it. She said that's how O'Shea show is. All the men on the panel act like that.
Yeah, come on, man. Nobody. First of all, attraction has more to do with chemical than anything else.
Right.
It's a chemical attraction. You either feeling somebody or you not.
Right.
It has really nothing to do with your economic status and all that other bullshit. That's relationships. Relationships do have to do with the socioeconomic and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But attraction don't. Attraction has nothing to do with that. A guy who's a CEO of a company could see a chick at Ringling Brothers sweeping up shit after an elephant. And if she looked good to him, she gonna be like, "Oh shit, you see that chick sweeping that shit up?" You think he give a damn? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, attraction is what it is.
Attraction is what it is. It's like women. A lot of women have some cognitive dissonance over the fact, like I know sisters who's conscious, but they might feel a physical attraction to dudes that's not. No problem. I mean, it is what it is. My thing is, don't pretend that it's not that. Embrace it. Accept what it is that you like. Because once you do that, then you know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I told everybody my weakness is ass. That's my weakness. I see legs, ass, I'm done. Now, does that mean I go after every chick with legs? No. But at least I know what my kryptonite is.
There you go.
I know what it is.
This
is what me and Ashley was talking about. And this is why I think if you've seen a lot of her broadcasts lately, she's been concentrating on honesty. And that's because it based a lot on the conversation that me and her had. What I was saying, I know that I'm full of shit with certain things, and I know my bullshit. And she was telling me she knows her bullshit. She knows the role that she plays in the relationships that she has and how they play out, whether it turns out good or bad. She doesn't just blame it on the person that she's with. She knows that she played a part in it.
Right.
Right.
No, that's exactly good. No, trust me, I know. I'm like, I was in a relationship for 10 years with a dude. He's still in New York, but we are still good friends. I'm like, it didn't work out. It ended. We're gonna, we wish each other the best, but that's what. Hey, it is what it is. If I'm happy for him, he's happy for me.
It's been women that I've been really had crushes and attracted on, but I just wasn't their type.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. You know what you do? You move on, because that's the beautiful thing about the truth. There's nothing that you can do with it except accept it.
Exactly.
Would you rather have somebody playing you and making you think that they like you, but they really don't? Or have them just come out and say, you know what, you're not really my type?
It's you could just easily say that, exactly. But like, you know what, we gave it a good shot. It didn't work.
You're not my type.
Yeah.
I prefer the honesty, because then everything makes sense. All the problems that you have in terms of connecting with this person makes sense if they just tell you that.
Right. You're not playing, you skip all the games.
Right. I would much rather deal with the honesty. Just be honest. But the problem is people don't like honesty. Like I said in Dynas broadcast, people treat relationships like they do the movies. They know that the movies is fake. They know that the actors are playing a role, but they want the show to be good. They want the movie to be good. And it's the same thing with relationships. They know the person's full of shit, but they want it to be good. They don't want to see the microphone hanging over their head.
Yeah. When you get to a certain age, all of that is, you're just like, man, well, those who grow, you're like, I ain't got time for this.
Well, if you grow, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that. But yeah, I'm gonna imagine, since it was on Ashley's show, we would have been talking about relationships. I'm totally comfortable with that. Totally comfortable with it. And I would feel very comfortable talking with her, because all I gotta know is that you're not full of shit. That's all. And she's not. She's really honest with how she is, and she knows her faults. And I can always trust the person like that. A lot of women I can't even have a conversation with because you're full of shit. And I'll tell you're full of shit. I'll tell you. Because I know, see, you can't really call people out on their bullshit if you don't know yours. So since I know mine, I'm my own North Star on the compass. I can call bullshit when I come across it. And a lot of women is not honest with themselves. It's not, a lot of men is not. My friend Mark, Max 611 on In the Pain. He runs that show.
Oh yeah, Mark. I like Mark. Mark is cool.
Me and Mark do script supervision. It's like if somebody has a script and they want to come to us, we'll take it and go over it and try to get it right. And he had a friend who had a screenplay, and the title of the screenplay was Good Man, Bad Person. And the screenplay was about this guy's ex. And of course, in the story, she's the evilest bitch that ever existed on the planet Earth. So me, knowing how screenplays and how stories work, I said, that doesn't ring true. Because she was in a relationship with you. So what, you was just along for the ride? Like, what about you? Like, he kept painting himself in this great light. And she was this bitch. And I said, that's not true. Yeah. I'm getting a one-sided story.
Exactly.
And I suggested that he let me speak to the girl. Let me get her side. We never heard from that dude again. That screenplay will never get made. Because people that always want to make it seem as if somebody else is the problem, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. And that's what, it's so funny that we can segue into how I feel about this system and white people. Yeah. I came to that conclusion with white people. It's like, I don't consider white people relevant. If that makes sense.
No, hell, I don't consider them relevant. And I work with them.
Yeah, it's like white people are irrelevant to what we have to do as a people. Why are we concentrating so much on their evils and atrocities? I mean, their evils and atrocities are legend. We can go on. We could have shows from now to the end of time if we want to talk about white people. So I just came to the conclusion that why don't we focus on ourselves and what we have to do? No,
absolutely. That's why I'm like, I work with white people all day. It doesn't skip a beat.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't have nothing. It's like, I'm not walking around hating whitey. I work with white people all day long. I work at my job. I work with them, and a lot of them are cool with me. I don't have a problem with them.
Right.
So I don't get involved. See, that all of that is just more. It's like the Negro stalling tactics are just abundant. There's so many of them. We get engaged in so much bullshit that detracts from what we need to be doing. Oh wow, we went another extra half hour. I'm like bugging right now.
Figure out something to talk about.
We got into the relationships. Oh, what did free speech got snapped? What did he do? I
He
didn't even
answered
see.
a question. I asked, he said, these people ain't trying to do a damn thing, only talk like hoes. So I said, who are you talking about? I only give them a few. I realized I got a quick trigger finger.
Oh, yeah.
I almost snapped on one of our own the other day, and I felt so bad about that.
People who talk about people talking on the internet are idiots and morons.
Yeah.
What else are we supposed to do? This is a YouTube live stream, Google Hangout chat. What else are we going to do but talk, you fucking moron?
See,
Well, you want me to do a little, you want somebody to do a little dance for you? You idiots.
You see, guys, when I kick you out, it's much easier than when Holip is talking to you right now, because these guys, the way he talks to you, I know it hurts your feelings.
They're still listening. It's like, come on. Oh, it seems like, oh, you guys is doing this talking on the Google Hangout talk chat.
This is what people do.
Wow. Really? You figured that all out by yourself? Jackasses, man. Like I said, I would love to meet these dudes in person.
Oh, you never will.
I would love to meet them in person just to see how tough they are.
Oh, no, it'll be complete silence. It'll be silence. That's what they do.
It seems like, oh, you guys are doing it talking. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You got it, genius.
We gotta give someone else also a gauntlet, because it's gonna get to a season where I have to travel to the villages, so the internet is very choppy and may not happen just because, you know, poor infrastructure where I live.
Well, no, you know, when it comes to the gauntlet, we can't just give that to anybody. You have to choose who that's gonna be.
Yes.
You have to choose.
See,
it's only right.
The concept of the black woman is Thanos now. I'm like embracing it. So I need to pick another one.
There you go.
I'm about to get shirts made with this, but yeah, I need to pick another woman to do this. I think the guys will be just as good.
That has me cracking up, man. He is so fucking funny.
He is. He is.
Oh god, he's funny. One time he had me. He was doing a show on that broadcast he did on the Melanin Poppin'. I was drinking juice at the time. He almost made me spit on my monitor.
Those words. I'm like, man, you know you're doing some clickbait right now, Dinas. You know it. So I'm like, I can't even. I'm just gonna let them. But after you see the comment, you see how many views he get. I told you that.
Oh yeah.
Off. I'm like, how we talk about Nationhood? You know, it's not hitting numbers like 16,000 views. All of a sudden, his followers come out the woodwork.
I'm telling you, you talk about relationships, and especially if you talk about any ratchetness of relationships, definitely you're going to get a whole bunch of views, because that's when people feel comfortable. They feel comfortable with that subject matter. They don't feel comfortable with nationhood subject matter. That's basically what it is.
I feel comfortable with controlling the context of my reality. I want to.
Yeah, well, you're Thanos, so that would be.
So THKMRA just joined. He said he did it. He said it in French, but he did it.
All right. Wait a minute, did he? Let me see. Yes, you have a new member to approve. And I'm going to approve him right now. On the air.
Yeah. There we go.
All I want to know is what you do. But there you are, RN. You're in there, buddy.
You better
all good.
Friend me, buddy. I'm coming after you. Talking to him for months on Dinas show and just been pussyfooting around. Like, let's get it together. All right, so people are heading out. Good night, Rock City. So yeah.
Me too. Me too. I'm sorry. We let this drift on because we got into the relationship stuff. But yo, thank y'all guys for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank Belle Thanos for snapping her finger. Man, you've been snapping all night long. This was a busy night for Thanos.
You know, it actually wasn't so bad. I'm happy I can do it and talk to you at the same time. That one I'm happy about. But it wasn't as bad. The other day I was like, oh my God, they really come. And I was like, it's one person making different accounts because they kept coming up with dumb names like Coon and extra black names or just extra stupid names to make it out.
Yeah, I love the name. One of the names they had me cracking up with, I think it was Block Me Again.
Yeah.
And they got their wish.
Like you sitting around making accounts for what's wrong with you? But please, yeah, what it is they're afraid. They don't want that message to get out. But whatever, they stuck here. That's what it is.
Yeah, and they know what's up. They
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen. They just love the abuse. So if you love the abuse, I'm more than willing to oblige.
Yep. I'm more than
willing. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna get me something to eat. And I will holler at you all later. Peace, Belle.
All right, peace. Holip, thanks for having me on. And peace,
No
everyone.
problem. Peace.